Calvin Klein on Mother's Day, featuring a pregnant transgender man and his trans partner, has sparked a wave of backlash on social media. On Mother's Day. So Calvin Klein, the company, the brand, the clothing brand, put out a new kind of, what would you call it, campaign, or an advertisement towards God knows what type of market, I don't know, on Mother's Day, of a man being pregnant. And this obviously sparked a lot of backlash on social media and all of this type of stuff. But of course this is fantastic marketing anyway, because it gives you attention. And it gives Calvin Klein as a company loads of attention, because people are going to talk about it, people are going to make videos about it. But a lot of people are just going to be reactionary and say, oh, I'm offended, oh, men can't get pregnant, oh, how bad is this, oh, they're so wrong. Yeah, obviously, this is pretty obvious. But if we actually explain what it means, what this is maybe more representative of, then we can actually maybe formulate a conclusion of what this actually means. Not the fact that, oh, there's this advertisement for this thing or that, but what it actually resembles. So, for example, Camille Paglia, probably one of my favourite, she has written one of my favourite books, Sexual Personae. And in this book, she does kind of formulate this idea, or from our understanding of history, that it usually is typical of the trend that androgyny becomes the end point of most civilizations, or at least for some civilizations. So, for example, nearing the end of the Hellenistic age, the Greek Empire, or the times of the Greeks, ancient Greece, for example, the Roman Empire, Egypt. What happens is that during or closing in on the end of civilizations, a fluidity of gender and a fluidity and misunderstanding and confusion of gender and sex and kind of biological purpose and drive and self-understanding becomes lost. And it becomes intermingled, and it becomes kind of confused and enmeshed. And this is what we have now with, we've been having this for a long time. We've been having this for nearly 10 years probably. There's been the trend of, extreme third, fourth, God knows how many way feminism, propagating this idea that, gender is not really, it's just a social construct that doesn't exist, and that men and women really also don't actually exist, and we are just a androgynous hermaphrodite species. And obviously this is not true when we talk about biology and we talk about many of these other things. Even when it comes to the alienation or the loss of purpose that a lot of younger men and women have today, is because of this perception. Also, it's not solely part of it, but it's got a massive part to do with it, with the idea that gender doesn't exist, even though it is a principle in nature that gender exists. Especially these people who completely disagree, why don't you just look up the principles of nature? What actually consists within nature? Gender as a first principle. The feminine and the masculine. Polarity. And something that exists. And yeah, I would agree, and I'm not saying that a man cannot be feminine or a woman cannot be masculine. I completely agree with that. The masculine and the feminine both exist in both individuals, in a man and a woman. It's about integrating those two things. But this thing, what it means, what it represents, as it has in history, simply represents just another example of the fall of this civilization as we know it, and to where it is heading towards. But obviously a good backlash of this kind of campaign is a very good sign, so I very much support the backlash. Hey guys, so just a quick update on My Rome Society. We have sold out on over 50% of the seats, so if you still want to get involved, book in a free consultation call with me down below. I'll run you down with what it is all about, or me or one of my colleagues will do so, and we can see if you are a perfect fit to the program. So I look forward to talking to you, and I'll see you on the inside.